Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do another little experiment with my new X2T1 engraver, and that is engraving on glass. Now, in the past I already made a video on glass engraving where I used this bottle of tempera paint, which is a kind of water-soluble paint, and it worked. It did work. However, first of all, the resolution of my old sculpted laser wasn't that great. And also the application of this tempera paint was very, very annoying. At the time, I had a bottle of layered paint to engrave it, which was much easier to apply. However, it needed a lot of coats and it also didn't leave a very nice result on the engraving. Now I got something new. I got a bottle of chalk paint. This one is made by the Rust-Oleum brand, so it should be available in the States and pretty much worldwide. It's very large brand. Now the color of mine is unfortunately gray because this is the darkest one I could find. This is technically used to restore old furniture. So they are often sold in like pastel colors like rose gold and normal gold, white pastel colors. But this is the darkest one I got. And I'm gonna use it to test out glass engraving. I saw online that this was supposed to work, and I'm gonna try it out for myself. You can see I already did a test engraving to get the speeds and feeds, and now I'm gonna try it on an actual subject and see how it turns out. So without further ado, let's get ready. So first of all, we need to degrease our glass pane. Give it a quick wipe down with some alcohol. Now, after letting it flash off for a minute or two, we can apply our first coat of the chalk paint. Apply it like any normal kind of paint. However, we need 2 coats to get it to be completely opaque and get a nice engraving. And here you can see here's the painted plate. It is a very nice even coating, very easy to apply, and it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to dry. Now I painted it outside and it's currently like 4 or 5 degrees outside, so if it would be warmer then it will dry even faster. For the engraving, as you can see, I got my honeycomb plate in and the aluminum backplate. This is to protect my normal wood surface because I don't want to ruin it if the laser light would shine through it and burn the wooden plate. And this also prevents it that in the case where the laser light would shine through the glass plate, if you would have it on a flat surface, it would burn the surface on the bottom and then score the glass from the backside. You don't want that, so a honeycomb plate is a really good idea for this sort of engraving. I'm now gonna position it correctly, and then I'm gonna burn in my KLM logo just to see how it turns out. For the engraving speed, I already did an engraving test, and I'm gonna stick with 108 millimeters per second and 68% power, because this is what gave me pretty good results. The other one were pretty dark. As you can see here, these are very dark and have sort of black spots. Here it is relatively clear, so I'm gonna use this set of power and speed. And after about 8 or 9 minutes of engraving, we have the finished result, and it looks pretty good. It is opaque where the laser hit it, and we can now go on to removing the paint that is still on there, and we obviously don't want that. For this, you can just use a solvent, and I got this circuit board cleaner. Gonna spray it on here, and as you can see, it will quickly start dissolving the paint. Not gonna do this over the sink because it makes a lot of mess. Now for cleaning, I used some brake clean, and then after most of it was dissolved, I could rinse it off with water, and then you just use normal glass cleaner. And then it looks pretty nice. It is very sharp and uniform. There's a lot of detail in it. So this is a great improvement over the last method with the tempera paint and the other sculpt from laser. This looks a lot better now. There's still a bit of crud in there. It is a bit of a hassle, you know, to get all the dirt out of this sort of roughed up surface from the glass, but it takes a bit of time, but it looks very nice in the end. So that was already it for this video. Again, everything worked out pretty much as planned. The chalk paint is a very large improvement over the older tempera paint. It's much easier to apply. Again, with the tempera paint, you could have used an airbrush, but to me, that's just too much hassle, because now you gotta clean out the airbrush and you gotta buy all the supplies. For that, I'm just gonna buy a can of this chalk paint that I even got in a hardware store, which surprised me that I got this stuff. Normally, I never get what I need in a hardware store, but you can get it since it's used for like hipster furniture restoration. It should be available in your hardware store too. And then you can just go ahead and work with it. It behaves like any other paint, with the added benefit that you can remove it with a solvent easily from the glass, which is great. So that was already it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. If you did, then consider subscribing and giving the video a like, and then I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.